Hello, hello, hello. Hello, internet neighbors. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Welcome to the daily 1 hour political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. As you can see, this morning I voted. I'm very pleased with that. And let me tell you, this sticker, obviously there was someone who pulled the stickers apart and laid them out there. I picked one up, put it on. I brought this home. I have disinfected this thing like you wouldn't, but it has been microbe Armageddon on this sticker this morning. You could do surgery on this sticker. But anyway, but I have voted, and I am not remotely ashamed to say that I voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So, and I got through all the judges and the whole thing. So just wanted to share that with everybody. And there was quite a line. This is the first day of early voting where I am. And there's an entrance in City Hall, but if you go around the back, there's a multi-level parking garage, and there's a sort of back entrance underneath there to get in to the building. And the line to vote. Hello, sweetheart. Come here. Come here, cuteness. Come on. Oh, come here. Yes, you are. There's a kitty. There's a good kitty. There's a boo-boo. There's the Boo Zen Kitty. Okay. You are just the precious. Yes, you are. You are the precious. You are the good boy. Do you want my lap? Come on, my lap. Just trying to give you some privacy on the old rear end. Come on. Come on. I know you're all happy, but you can't stay quite. There we go. Happy kid. Oh, he's such a sweetie. Anyway, hello. So, I have the kitty. I have the cuteness. Oh, you're so good here. You can see him. You're so good. You're so good. He's just purring. Oh. Can people hear me? Apparently someone's having trouble. Oh, look at that sweet face. I'm sorry, the whole thing's just been derailed because I need this cuteness. I need this cuteness. Yes, I do. Anyway, so, all right. So the line went all the way from the main entrance all the way around the building. And you're so good. It went all the way around the building. Luckily, I had my mail-in ballot and I had everything filled out. So I was able to bypass the line and go in a different entrance because this is the City Hall where I am is one of the places you can, where they sent out the boxes. You're so good. So, yeah, but I still had to wait behind a couple of people at a distance, but I was able to get in and out pretty easily. So, but boy, there was a long line, and I went with my father, and it's very sweet, and he was like, "What possesses people to go out and have to be there the morning of the first day you can vote? Just curious, what is there?" And all these people waiting in line, they could be waiting for hours. And it's like, you want to get it done. You want to make sure that, the lines are maybe long now, but they could be much longer later. And you want to make certain you get your vote in. So, you're so good. You're so good. I need your good little positive energy this morning. You are the good boy. You are the good boy. Precious one. Anyway, so anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys. And now I have a little purring kitty. I mean, I'm going to look at some questions, but right now I'm just basking in the energy of this cuteness. Oh, he saw a bird fly by. Oh, it's kind of it's still it's very stressful for me to go out. It's hard. I mean, I'm a germaphobe in the first place, and with my mother who has COPD and my father has his health problems, and you know, I'm around my family so much, and you know, and I have sisters who stop by, and you know, so but it's hard. It's still hard for me to go out. So I had a lot of stress this morning. So anyway, okay, let me get on to what you're here for, which is not just Geek Hillbilly Autumn Teeny. Oh, Teeny's sniffing at the monitor screen. You named your kitty Teeny. I love that. I love that. Oh, Lee has COPD. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Man, it's brutal. Brutal. But anyway, Katie Moonchild, you mentioned your father, and I got shot with tingles all over. My father was the reason I am politically aware. I am so blessed by your joy to be voting with your dad. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. He is, I mean, none of us are getting any younger. And, you know, my parents were in their 30s when they had me, so anyway. Yes, I voted. Okay, so voter pride. Yes, Maria, absolutely. Did I? You know what? I'm going to be brave. We're going to get the, we're going to try this again. All right, let me grab this. All right, we're going to try this again. Hello, sweetness. You're so good. All right. Let's see if the keyboard decides to work on camera. It didn't work when I tried to type. And then when I afterward worked fine. So I'll be able to take your questions more quickly if I can type them. Yes, dear. Yes, precious one. How are you doing? Do the back of my lap. Go ahead. All right. Okay. One, I am going to read. I promise. I promise I am going to read on things. All right, let's try this. No, can't try that. The kitten. No. So let's try. No. All right. Well, it was working. Now it's just. I have an idea. I have an idea. One last thing I'm going to try. Thank you so much for your patience with me. I know I can be just a pain sometimes. See, it's working there. All right. And just finding a simple. There we go. That's what I want. And yes, I can type. All right. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. So, all right. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to look for anything in all caps. Sorry about the delays today. Still trying to work out the kinks of, because I've been showing my face and doing all the extra levels of things for like a week now. So I'm still working on it. Frida Smith, I'm proud of you, Autumn. Thank you. It's very kind. Love Julu, how will the vote go on Tuesday for the stimulus? I read on it yesterday. Yeah, I read on it yesterday. What did I get? I'm trying to remember. I was getting a whole lot of Biden. It's appalling. It's appalling. But I guess I can try stimulus Tuesday. Okay, I got that. All right. They keep moving the date on the stimulus. Ugh. Carmen, I voted yesterday. Thank you for voting. Thank you. Seriously, thank you for voting. There we go. A little bit of the kitty. Thank you for voting. Crystal, Crystal Mama, you can hear me? Great. Thank you. Thank you. Cappy's mom, yes. Okay, Tony, did Amy? Tony, I don't read on that. I'm sorry. I've heard some other readers dance around that, but it's and being pro-choice myself, being very staunchly pro-choice myself, I do consider it a matter of privacy that I don't want to go there. So sorry. And by the way, in general, if I don't read, if I don't answer your question or I don't read on, I generally just have to follow my intuition. There are some things I won't read on. Okay, I think back. All right, it froze up for a second, but let me see what I've got here. Go over here, make sure that you guys can see me. All right, so here, open, and yeah, this should work. Just want to make sure you guys can see me. Okay. All right. It looks like everything's working. It's dark as usual, but everything seems to be working. Okay. All right. Crystal Mama, sometimes you need to hug your fur babies. Yes. But anyway, there's some things I won't read on. Serial killers, Putin, just kind of redundant to say both of those things. I won't read on minors, and there are certain private things that, but I have been hearing other readers dancing around that. I mean, I was just before I came on, I was watching Linda and Sterling, and he was saying things like, there's some private stuff I won't go into that's going to come out. And normally he just says things outright. So it was like, okay. Yeah, we'll just keep going. So let's see here. Terry, we turned in our ballots today as well. First day of early voting in Florida. Thank you. Thank you for voting. Thank you. Oh, the Geek Hillbilly made it. Rhonda, thank you for voting. I voted Saturday in North Carolina, blue all the way. Thank you for voting, Rhonda. Thank you. Okay. Twana, hey, Autumn and everybody. Hello. Geek Hillbilly, been having some trouble with phantom pain. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hate to hear that. Twana, Boo Zen Kitty, yes. Okay. Carmen says, thank you for voting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining in. And those of you who can vote, thank you for voting. It's huge. It is so important. It is so important. It's important enough that I got myself dressed. I got myself, of course I go out looking like, as my mother says, I look like a ninja. Because actually you can see right there, right here, these are my masks. They're hanging off of this coat rack, coat rack, whatnot, right here. And these are my masks, and that might no, my hat's in the dirty clothes right now, but I have a little hat on, and I keep a box of gloves right here, and they're black, and of course I've got a black coat and what have you. It's the black mask and the hat and the gloves and the coat and my mother says, well, I'm glad you're taking care of yourself, but you look kind of like a ninja. So. All right. Wondering Eyes, we started early voting last week and there was still a line this morning. I believe it. But this is good. This is what we want. We want people to vote. So, okay. Electra, hello, and you voted. Yes. Kiko Billy. Teeny sniffing at the monitor. Okay, so we're back to that. Mentioned your father. Okay, YouTube just gave me 8 million questions, so I'm going to scroll up here and see. All right, so it kicked off some early stuff. Holly, anyone know why the Justice Department is about to go live? Oh, that was 7 minutes ago. Did you guys find out? Oh, Bar, what are you doing? What are you doing? Does anybody know why the Justice Department's going live? Man, Geek Hillbilly, Teeny's on my shoulder, laying down, watching the monitor screen. It's so sweet. Mila, I got the email yesterday. My mail-in ballot has been received. Excellent, and thank you for voting. Thank you. All right. Sally, I just finished rewatching your reading number 249 from a year ago. I was crazy accurate. Well, thank you for saying that. I am not always. Nobody who does this is, but I'm glad to hear that glad to hear that was a good one. That makes me happy. Thank you. It's always good to hear. Connie, early voting starts today here in Florida. We're getting ready now. Oh, just be safe. Just be safe, and thank you. Thank you for voting. I know you're like, oh, she said that. You just said that 800 times. You know what? I'm going to say it 800 more. I just am. I'm so grateful for everybody. Ewat, I voted a week ago, first day of early voting in Georgia. Bless you, sir. Thank you for voting. Thank you. This is so important. Frida Smith, the rest of the world is waiting for you all to vote the dictator out. We're with you in our thoughts. That is very sweet, and it means a lot. Iata, will the Democrats lose Michigan? Okay. Well, wow. I really really not used to these are longer nails than I thought they were. Oh well. Okay. Ruth, Pennsylvania is messing with 300,000 ballots? Oh no, PA. 300,000 ballots. Hello, dear heart. Thank you for helping me type. Oh, you almost typed Wayfair. Not quite, but close. Messed with. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's see. Anything else in all caps? Twana, my vote counts. It has been confirmed in North Carolina. Excellent. Hello, precious. Hello, precious. How are you doing? How are you doing, sweet? He literally just typed yum, comma 09 BNJK. Yum, he says. I don't know what the 09 is, but, and then it was 4 letters, begins with B, N's, and K. So Boo Zen Kitty, anybody? Little, we're going to pretend we're getting little messages from the kitty. Okay, and we're almost 21 minutes in, so I should start reading here in a second. Susan, I voted this weekend. It felt really different this time. Could feel the weight of it. Yeah. Normally I go back and check things. Of course, sixth house. I have sixth house sun, so I've got even though I'm a Scorpio, I've got the Virgo flavor to it. And so I always go back and I check the details and I double check and triple check. And if something is important to this, I'm checking and checking. And normally I'm like, should I seal it now or should I double check it in the morning? Because if I'm worried about it. And it was like, no, it was like seared in my head that no, I know I voted for Biden. I know I voted Biden Harris. I can see it. I can see it clearly in my mind's eye. So that it's like, it feels very important. Okay, Susie, maybe read on what the percentage of voter turnout. I wouldn't get a specific number, and I've been getting for more than a year that the numbers are just going to be overwhelming. So it's just going to be huge. As my uncle in Maine used to say, huge, large. So, okay. Susan says, Jake Kitty on my lap says, hi, Autumn. Hello, Jake Kitty. Georgia had a long line, says Renee. Wow. Susan, what's going on with the blackout? Electrical and or communication supposedly coming between now and the end of October. Uh-oh. Some kind of blackout? Internet blackout in October. I added it to the list. Jane, Trump is calling in the dogs on Governor Whitmer again. Can you check? Trump. Actually, I'm going to look at Trump and Whitmer, and then I'll check her health or her safety. No, she's protected. I'm getting that really clearly. She's okay. She's protected. She's got a lot of security. She's got a lot of extra security now. Yeah, she got a lot of security. They're much more than she had. Okay, so, but I will definitely check on the whole Trump Whitmer thing. I have been meaning to tell you guys, there is a great, if you already know a little astrology, there is a great astrology guy that has just shown up relatively recently. He makes very short videos. It's called Election 2020 Astrology. That's the name of the channel. I honestly don't know the guy's name, but Election 2020 Astrology is the name of the channel on YouTube. And he put out it's a 4-minute video, which is actually even long for him, about the astrology between Gretchen Whitmer and Donald Trump. And he put that out yesterday or late last night or something like that. And it was really interesting because things that are in Whitmer's chart activate the things in Donald Trump's chart, which were the same things that were activated with the Access Hollywood tape. And of course he can't stand a strong woman, and she has some other things in her chart that just get on his nerves. but it's also her Venus is sitting, because her birth time is verified. Her Venus is sitting on his ascendant. So he finds her, even subconsciously, he finds her very attractive. Your Venus is what and how you love, but also if you are a heterosexual woman and your Venus falls on a heterosexual man's ascendant, or what, but it can, whichever way you, anyway, you don't have to be heterosexual for astrology to work. It just gets more complicated, because yay for gender rebels. Yay. Okay, but just saying what I'm saying is, if a woman's Venus falls on, a heterosexual woman's Venus falls on a heterosexual man's ascendant, her femininity is just all in his face. And he's just like, wow. But of course, she's treating him like garbage. And in his view, how dare you stick with the CDC, truth, science? So he's frustrated. And she's strong. And she's rejecting him. And we know how well he handles that. Considering when, was it Mary Trump said that when he wanted her to write a biography of him or a book about him, and even gave her like a desk and some office space in Trump Tower so she could come down and work on it, he made some notes. First of all, she couldn't figure out what he did during the day. She's like, what does he do? What is this job? What is he doing all day? Nobody could figure it out. But also he said, hey, I've made some notes about what I want in the book. She's like, oh, great. Oh, thanks. I need something. And it was just this big screed about the women who had rejected him. So I thought I'd share that. But you have to know some astrology, because he's going to talk about something, this is here, this is there, this is there. And he's going through it quite quickly, but he does give his interpretation. So they're short videos, but they're very good. So I want to make sure you guys knew about that. So that is Election 2020 Astrology. It's the name of the channel. Okay. All right. So I think I saw Chez Lenormand, House of Lenore, and Becca's here, which is wonderful, wonderful. You guys, I got to see the replay of the amazing 4 of you last night on the group reading. That was fantastic as always, and funny and fun. So hello there. Okay, I'm just going to quickly scroll through. I'm looking for any kind of you've seen them, Becca. I love his video. Short, succinct, and to the point. Yep. Okay. So, all right. Anything else? Or I'll just start reading on what I've got. Ramona, my husband and I voted on Saturday. I dropped them off in the official ballot box the same day. Excellent. Thank you for voting. Thank you. Yeah, Becca, I think he probably does like it in a weird way. Election 2020 Astrology. Yes, Crystal Mama. Okay. Greek Italy. Federal judge blocked Trump's attempt to remove food stamps from 700,000. Thank heavens. Although I did see a headline this morning that the Supreme Court is going to take up the appeal about Trump's use of or misuse of funds to build his wall, or military funds to use his wall or something. So I kind of went, Crystal Mom is having trouble finding Election 2020 Astrology. Does anybody have a link to that? But anyway, all right, it's 5:30. I have yammered on long enough. So and I've got 6 questions here. So let's start. Let's start with the old questions. It's like, finally. Actually, I'm going to put this over here because I have a kitty on my lap and he's all warm and happy. He is just all warm and happy. Look. Oh, he's just a good kitty. He is just a good kitty. Yes, he is. He's just a good boy. All right. He is just a good boy. You're precious. You are precious. Okay. So we're going to start with the stimulus. Let's see if there's any more information on that. Anything new? Any better news than what I've been getting? That would be good. Buzzy kitty. Dog. Okay, Geek Hillbilly pulled cards on 45 this morning. It's almost as if the election is secondary. Joe and Nancy always came up in the readings. Yeah, I've been getting that a lot too. I have actually. All right, so we're starting at 31. Just go up to here. 31. All right. Stimulus bill. Can we please feed some starving children, some hungry children, please? And of course, McConnell just wants to give money to, people who are going to give him donations. Hello, dear. Fundraising. All right, stimulus bill. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Stimulus bill. It's the card of democratic disappointment. Caring, people who care, disappointment. It's medical care disappointment. It just, I do not know how they can live with, I do not know how McConnell can live with himself. I really don't. I do not understand. Okay, I'm going to tilt this down so you can see the cards a little bit better. Okay. All right. All right. It's going to be difficult, so we'll just do it this way. People are hurting. People are hurting, and this is also one of the political swords that's one of the big political swords that's going into Trump's back. And they're just lying about it, pretending it doesn't exist, or to some of them on the Republican side, it's all illusory. Illusory is not a word. Illusionary. If you don't have money, then you obviously haven't worked hard enough. I mean, it's just, okay, it makes me cranky, and I don't want to get cranky, so. Oh, yeah, I'm rich. I don't care, do you? Yeah, that's McConnell and his goons. Oh, and there's Pelosi, a thorn in McConnell's side. Oh, hang on, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. That's interesting. There are actually, if McConnell, okay, for what it's worth, it feels like if McConnell actually put a proper stimulus bill up for vote, the people would vote for it. But I don't think he's going to let one get to the floor. Let me see. Let me see if I can get more information on the stimulus bill, because it's so. Thank you, Frosty Bean. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Kathy. Cardamancy. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Becca. Thank you, Musical Neptunian. And anybody I missed? Thank you, Linda. Yeah. Anyway, so Mims, thank you. This is so important, and people are hurting, children are hurting, kitties are hurting, and people who can't keep their pets. I'm so blessed. I am so blessed, and I am grateful every day. I'm grateful every day. I'm grateful for this little guy. I'm grateful for Pumpkin. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. The fact that I have food in the house. I'm so grateful. And I'm so aware every day of how lucky I am. Michelle saying Autumn hides in his turtle shell. Oh, he just, oof. Thank you, Keisha. Yeah. Oh, Andy, I voted blue. Woohoo. Yay. Thank you for voting. Desrat, wish someone would wallpaper McConnell's house with Obama all over by accident. I like it. Acentua, I predict they release the stimulus on Friday, October 30th. Is that what you're getting? Should I remember this for just for a second? See if I can get more information. Stimulus, people are hurting. Kids are hurting. Kitties are hurting. The elderly are hurting. This is driving huge Democratic votes. Okay, so that's there. Well, there's little bully Trump. He's feeling smaller and smaller by the day. I'm getting this card for him a lot more than the King of Wands. That's usually his card, but I'm starting to get just this little bully Page of Swords. He's just getting smaller and smaller. And, well, it's Republicans walking away from Democrats' offers. Okay, we have movement in the center. That's good. Ignore, this is just a card for the reading. And so this is the center card. It's the most important. So it's major arcana, the Chariot. So it's huge. It's big movement for a pittance. But people are fighting for more, aggressively fighting for more. People are really, and there are a lot of people who are calling their representatives and putting pressure on, who are doing it for other people. This feels like they really are. They're doing it out of honest care for other people. All right, so let me just get a little bit more. Will we get an actual stimulus bill before the election? Will we get a stimulus bill before the election? Trying to organize it. Trying to organize something. I actually feel Pelosi is fighting hard. She is using all of her negotiation skills, all of her skills as speaker. To get as much money as possible. And get the other side on the defensive. Oh, there's Trump. There's Trump, the man. But he's not the emperor, so it's not for the sake of the country. It's for the sake of his own reelection. He wants something to happen now. So he can send out checks. So they can send out checks and he can send out another one of those stupid letters that it's, here is money from me that I have decided that you are worthy to receive money from me. It's like, that's paid with our taxes, you moron. But no, it's from me. He thinks it's going to help his reelection. So he's gone to, which is illegal, by the way. I mean, it's illegal for him to put his name on the checks, which is what he wanted to do. So he sends out the letter, but even that's pretty dodgy. We might get something. I'm feeling, Trump is desperate to be reelected. Desperate. And I think he's pushing McConnell really hard. And this is Democrats willing to move forward, willing to fight, willing to do some compromise, whatever it takes to help people. But if it's one of those things where it helps everybody accept, but then again, Trump really wants this he wants those checks to go out to every American, whether you're a Republican. If he could just send money to Republicans, he would. We know that. But yeah, he's pushing hard. I didn't even think about that, but he's desperate. So he's pushing hard. Democrats are pushing hard. It's just McConnell's like, no, too much money. Too much money. So I'm getting McConnell, he's dug his heels in on fine, we'll do something, but it's just pathetic. Oh, thank you, Mems. He is such a good kitty. Okay, it's a bigger stimulus than what McConnell wants. There's some serious arm twisting going on. Everybody's looking at the election. Everybody wants this to look good for the election, so they're going to scramble to do something last minute. Is it actually going to help? Is it actually going to help? It will help people a little, but not like it should. It will help people in general. Because when I say will it help, I meant people. All right. Oh, and there's Pelosi right there. So if there is some kind of stimulus sent out, will it help Trump? Will it help Trump? It help Trump if a stimulus is sent out. Okay, sweetheart. Good Lord. I honestly think he wants to send out some kind of flyer for one of his businesses. Like, oh, well, it'll help pay for it if we include something about, he puts forward a pittance and, there's advertisement for the Trump's hotel in Washington, D.C. I mean, he so wants it to be about him and his money. And he's so desperate to keep hold of his money. We at some point here we need to read on his debts, Trump's debts, because are they going to send out the what is it? Was it Johnny who called it the kneecap brigade or something like that? Yeah, I think Trump's days are numbered in office. Temperance, people want nothing would help. Nothing would help. They're sick of all of this. They're sick of the state of the country. They can see how many people are dying here compared to the rest of the world, and they want sanity, and make politics boring again. That would be great. Thanks. All right. So, what are you doing? Don't. I need that. Okay. So another reading. Very unsteady Republican energy. But Republicans are not listening. They're just not listening. They're not listening to what people need. And again, Queen of Swords. This is still the card I get for groups of investigators. Like, Trump's completely focused on money. It's like, so are they. All right, so looked at that. Will it help Trump? Let me put that in here. Okay. Michigan. Democrats in Michigan, and we're at about 48. All right. Let me see what I can get here. Misspoke, specifically 372,000 rejected applications. Are you kidding me? And that's in Pennsylvania? Ruth, did you say? 372,000? Oh, anyway, I'll sort that out. That's crazy town. All right. Will Democrats win or lose in Michigan? Well, between Flint and Trump, you would think that it wouldn't be a question, but you know how that goes. That's partnership. It's Democratic partnership. So, okay. All right. Well, let's see here. Oh, yeah. This is very much nostalgia for when there was some decency in government, at least some, before Flint, before Trump. And the people are a lot more politically active than they used to be. Maryland asked specifically about Michigan Senator Gary Peters. Don't know anything about him. Is he up for election? Stephen Haggerty is put up 5 numbers that look like he's trying to give us lottery numbers. Ooh, something's going down. Somebody's going down. Ooh, that's a tower card right in the middle. people standing up, and I'm being drawn to the cup, which is much more prominent than the pentacle, but let's see. Oh, it feels it's overwhelming change, but let me see. Let me make sure, but it's overwhelming. Yes, it's a competitive race. Okay. Geek Hillbilly, I can hear Bill Barr echo Maxwell Smart to Trump, November 4th. Sorry about that, Chief. Missed it by that much. What is the deck called? It's the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. There's a link in the description box. Michigan. Oh, Democrats going to win in Michigan? Polls have tightened. Are Democrats going to win in Michigan? 3 cards. Big. I'm just getting movement. Big change, movement. These are not subtle cards. Chariot, Tower, World, Magician right in the middle. People taking the power back. Standing up, having become more politically active, tired of being beaten up. Hello, dear heart. You gonna lie down? You go. Just lie down. Good boy. Tired of the corruption. Tired of the corruption. Tired of the fighting back and forth. They just want quiet and peace and decency. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but it's feeling very blue. It's you know, it's how do I put this? It's not feeling like bright blue. It's feeling, you know, it's one of those blues that's ever so slightly purple, but it's still blue. Yeah, recounts and they'll try to mess with it, of course. But yeah, Republicans are on shaky ground. Yes, it's not going to, you know, but there are going to be plenty of Republican voters. But justice, restoring balance, decency. There may also be some legal challenges to the vote counts and what have you, but it's feeling overwhelming, and those are some serious major arcana. So okay, but since we're already in Michigan, 54, Trump and Whitmer. And if somebody's interested in that, but they skipped the, I'll try to put the link back to my explanation from earlier in the timestamping, which will be the first pinned comment, and then eventually it'll be in the description box too, where I explain how election 2020 astrology, that website, this channel on YouTube, that does these
I can't find the
short.
Okay.
Where it describes just why Whitmer gets under Trump's skin so much, which is actually kind of amusing. But I'll put the link into that. But here we go. Whitmer and Trump. I really do think that part of the reason he wants to destroy her, he has singled her out, isn't just because it isn't just because, she follows the science and what have you. I mean, he doesn't go after people in these other states the same way. It's because she's a strong woman. She stands up to him. And otherwise, he would probably, she would be bringing him up on assault charges like those other women have, is my guess. I'd say it'd be hitting on her, but yeah, she'd hit back. All right. I'll have to see. I'm not quite sure what that means. So let's see what the cards say. Insult to injury. Yeah, you think? He's so awful to her. And then saying liberate Michigan. And am I wrong, or did I read correctly that some of the people who came to the Michigan legislature and they were standing there with those great big guns, that some of those people were in the militia that were planning on kidnapping Whitmer? Whoops. That's the back of the cards. Isn't it lovely? This does not tell us much. There we go. Insult to injury over and over and on and on and on. Center of the reading. She's standing up to him, and we'd love to see it. Becca's saying, yes, Autumn. Cool. All right, howling at the moon. That feels like Trump is calling a fight, yelling into the void, screaming in all caps for all of the Republicans, the great Republicans, to stand up against this. But he can't get to her. That's actually, I think this is her. This is Hermit. I think this is her behind her security, especially now. I think she had good security in the first place, but now it's bigger and better than ever. Marilyn's saying the FBI was watching that day. Ah, yeah, the day that they occupied the state legislature. So is it going to have any effect, or is he just screaming into the void? Is Trump just screaming into the void, or is it going to affect the voting? Is it going to inspire more idiots? Yeah, seriously. The 1930s called. Specifically, 1930s Germany called. They want their fascists back. And they should get them. Well, there's only a couple weeks left. And then Trump's going to have all kinds of other problems to worry about. Because that's a card of victory. Groups of Republicans. Oh. I'm just going to leave that there. I got some nasty energy off of Trump, and he's icking up my cards again. Anyway. All right, institutions. There's this, but although I picked it up, it was upside down. It feels like it's upside down right there. It really does. And he's going to keep lying. And that's voters leaving a whole lot of Democratic votes. He's gonna have other problems. I mean, even if it's right side up, it's right. He's in the middle of this. Between the institution and the lies, it's like tough. There's voting going on, and it's not going your way, Sniffy. I think is more specific. Sniffy. And then as far as this Queen of Pentacles goes, that's do we really want to look into Trump's fantasies? Because Ugh. 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 You, sir, are disgusting. Okay. 15 days. 15 days. Okay. Yes. All right. What is this? About 372,000 ballots messed with in Pennsylvania. And somebody else, I think, said something about it being, some of them were duplicates. Something like that. Thank you, Alternative Health. Alternative Health Tarot. Thank you. Bismo. Do we know if they're going to mute the mics during debates in the last debate? I'm still getting, I wasn't getting that there's going to be one. But if we have time, we can look at that too. But right now, let's look at those. Okay, so what's going on with this? Clean the cards, clean the cards, clean the cards. Exactly, Todd. Yeah. Okay. I want my sticker to show. I want my I voted sticker to show. Actually, I'll just look at you. We need to take a moment, as I'm shuffling anyway, to just clear the air. Hello, sweetness. And there's no better way to clear the air than with the cuteness. Okay. So what's going on in Pennsylvania? Okay, the 372,000 in Pennsylvania were ballot applications. A lot of them were duplicates. I think it will be okay. Okay. All right. Then let's, okay. Boo Zen Kitty has asked us to look at Yum 09 BNJK. So I think he wants us to look at if he's going to get some good food. He walked by and he typed, that's what he typed into the computer when he walked over the, it's like, it's literally the word capital Y, U-M, comma. There's an 09 space and then B, NJ-K. So it's Yum. So he would like us to see, are you going to get some good food? Considering you had half and half this morning, like you do most mornings, are you going to get some good food? Because the card I'm getting is the card of partnership. Because I am on your side. You and your brother, I am on your side. I am always on your side. You mean the world to me, the two of you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, even though the two of you fight a lot. Because you're both male and territorial. But anyway. Autumn, he's reliving an episode of Hee Haw, VR549. Okay. All right, so. Purry kitty. Okay, so now we're at like 104. Okay, there are readers, I'll just put 64. There are a lot of readers who are talking about the possibility. Yes, exactly, you guys, about the kitty. There is talk about the possibility of some kind of electrical outage or internet outage before the election. We'll have to see if we'll have to see what's going on there. Todd, cards are now clear. Yes. Okay. Oh, you can hear him purring. Good. All right. Electrical blackouts. Electrical blackouts, internet blackouts. By the way, I'm going to say this right now. When Pluto which hits a sign and it starts plowing its way through whatever sign it's in. It just hits, and then anything associated with that sign, anything that is not firmly established and strong, it just digs it up and just knocks it over in order to make room for new growth, for healthier stuff. All right. So anything like Capricorn is the sign of status. And I mean, it's the sign of the aristocracy, and it's hierarchy and your status in the world and your status in society, right? Well, what if you have never owned a home and you suddenly are able to buy a home? You have, in theory, moved up in status in the world. You're a homeowner, right? And you get special tax breaks and what have you. But there were all of those balloon mortgages that were put out there that people had never, it should never have happened. It should never have been able to go through. Pluto hits Capricorn 2008. What's the first thing? Boom, housing market collapses. Because it was the biggest, weakest thing in Capricorn. And considering how much Capricorn is also, it's all about the status and the money, and it rules skyscrapers and all this kind of thing. So what's the next thing it did? It said, hey, since we're going to go through, we're going to really dig here. We're really going to knock down everything that isn't very firmly established. What's going to cause lots of problems? So it's like, okay, so let's take somebody who hasn't had status before, someone who never could have become president before. Let's make him president. And let's make him non-problematic. See how they handle that. And then, of course, everyone's just, these racist blankety blanks losing their minds. Okay. And he's in there for how long? 8 years? So the next guy who gets in, look around. All right, where's the biggest, ugliest Capricorn rock I can find? Oh, there's Sniffy. It has a great big skyscraper with his name on it in tacky gold. And he's everything, because every sign, there's good and bad in every sign. And Trump is the ugliest side of Capricorn. And I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios have a bad rap. But just the ugliest side of Capricorn. Right? Well, keep this in mind. Pluto in 2023, 2024, Pluto is going to change signs, and it's going into Aquarius. So as much as we want to be in the age of Aquarius, and we will be dealing with a lot of those issues, 2023, I know I personally am going to plan for a certain number of internet outages that Aquarius rules technology, humanitarianism. It can be media, technology, internet, certainly, a certain amount of rebelliousness, everything futuristic. So keep that in mind. So right now, if the idea of we might lose some power, there might be some internet outages. Every time I hear that, I hope I didn't just bore you to death, but that's exactly what comes to mind. And I feel like I need to tell people about that. Christina, isn't Trump a Gemini? Yes. Oh, yes, he definitely is. But that sun is in his 10th house, which is the house of Capricorn. And it's right is like that far away from his North Node, which is what he's here in this life to do. He is here to communicate. Gemini, the communicators. And it's through that communication that he lives that Capricorn life. I'm a Scorpio. I have, all the emotionality of Scorpio. Luckily, I have a Cancer moon and a Pisces Mars that helps mellow down the stinger. I don't like using my stinger, but it's in the 6th house of Virgo. So I'm the persnickety, detail-oriented. Oh, no, it needs to be a little bit better. It has to be better. How can this be better? How can this be better? So anyway, all right. So, but now, are we going to be dealing with a certain amount of, electrical outages and or internet outages this month? Well, that's a Justice card, which is also a card of balance. Trying to balance the system, probably, but we'll see. Oh, there's a kitty. Okay, hang on. Let's put it so we can see the kitty. Can see the cards and we can see the good kitty. Yes, he is. He's a good boy. Now there's Trump. Man in charge. Oh. All right, let me turn these over. For the reading, I've got the Justice card. The 5 cards, I've got the Emperor, Ace of Wands, 4 of Wands. I've got the 8 of Cups. And the 9 of Pentacles. If there are electrical glitches and what have you, I wonder if the strongest cards here are these 2. And this may be an action taken to help Trump in some way. Because the center is this idea of this card I get from Mar-a-Lago for Trump living on Easy Street, basically. But people are voting. People are voting in droves. It's not going to stop. Any outages aren't going to stop that. They're just going to find ways to keep voting. And this system is fairly robust. So I think we're going to be okay. I'm not getting. There's no tower here. There's no. There's restoring balance in a strong system. So it doesn't. Nothing is feeling dire or by super widespread or. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so 114. Oh, cuteness. All right. I'm at 114. What was that? Was there another question? Because I've got everything on my list. Oh, we were going to look at, wait. We're going to look at Trump's debts. That was it. And let's look at Trump's debts. And I feel like we might need to, but okay, definitely Trump's debts. Okay, 15. Yeah. There we go. All right. All right. Thank you so much for being. Oh, I think that was Linda says to go. See you tomorrow. All right. Pammy from CNN, 6 Russian military officers charged with cyber attack. Justice Department says intended to support the Russian government. Okay. That must be what the DOJ news conference was about. All right. Oh, you are so sweet. You are so sweet. You're so good. Good boy. Good. Precious. All right. Trump's debts. Trump's debts. Trump's debts are our debts. Trump's debts have become our debts. We are being affected by them. We are getting the negative consequences of them. Slime bag. Sorry. The current president of the United States is a slime bag. Tony Autumn, I thought Trump was a Gemini. Yes, I was explaining about that. But it's his son's in the 10th house. All right. Trump's debts. 10 of Cups. Ten of Cups. Page of Swords. 3 of Cups. 3 of Wands. Trump the man, not the emperor, the man. This part's infuriating because he's using taxpayer money to enrich himself. Emoluments, ishmoluments. And he's hurting everybody else in the country for his own gain. And it's not just with the hotels and what he's doing everything he can to line his pockets, his own pockets, and using taxpayer money. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was the rich dad poor dad guy, Richard Kiyosaki, I think his name was. He did the whole rich dad poor dad thing, which is about leveraging debt in real estate to make yourself very wealthy, and making yourself wealthy through using other people's money and all of this debt and all of the tax benefits of being in real estate and all this kind of stuff. So in the huge library of his books, there was also, he did a book with Trump. And so when people talk about the tax benefits of being in real estate and about using other people's money, he just ran with that idea. He went for that idea gangbusters. He not only doesn't have a problem using other people's money, it's the basis of his business. And as a matter of fact, even with all of the putting his own name on everything, it's just a licensing fee. They're doing the business, they're doing the work, they're taking the risk. They just pay him to be able to put his name on something. So he thinks this is his right, that this is just being smart. And by now he does think it's just his right. He doesn't have any qualms about this. Nada. Yes, Beck, it is his business model, but even more than that, just personally, he's just when it comes to entitled, he may as well have that, tattooed across his forehead. Well, although there should be a warning on him first, and this is little bully Trump. It's always been that way, and it's just gotten worse with time. Now, this is the ships coming in. The guy, he's looking out there, and it's kind of hard to see, but there's some little ships in the distance, and ships he has sent out with goods. That old expression, waiting for my ship to come in. It's what you've sent out, and hopefully they are returning with, they have been able to sell your goods, and they are returning with either more goods, the kind of goods that you can sell where you are, that will make you more money, or they're just returning with flat out gold. But this is what you send out will come back to you. But it's also about business. It's also about overseas business. This is pretty much the card of overseas business, even though it's not a pentacle card. And there's Trump, the man. It's going to come down to this overseas business stuff. And the card in the center is some very happy, celebrating Democrats. So he's been awful, we know that, but he's got some pain. This is diminished, running scared. His talk about, that $400 million what do you say, a peanut or something stupid? It's nothing. I have so much money. It's just a drop in the ocean kind of thing. And it's like, yeah. Lee, countless ballots destroyed in Los Angeles as official drop box goes up in flames. How? There are people around it. There are guards and, frustrating. Okay, let's see. So we're paying for his debts. So Trump's debts, is he going to have everything seized? Is he going to what's going to happen with the future when all these debts come due? And will he have the money to pay them off? Because anybody who believes that $471 million debt that Trump's in, that that doesn't matter. I've got a bridge in Brooklyn I could sell you. Decisions, 2 of Swords. Okay. Ooh, heartache. Yeah. That again, this is the back of the card. It's lovely. Isn't it just beautiful? Doesn't help though, but that does. That's a justice card. Right there. Decisions, heartache, justice. This is prosecutors, but it's specifically what he would call all those prosecutors going against him are all Democrats. Yeah, because you corrupted too many of the Republicans. Bringing the sword of truth. And we will hear about it. Card of communication. Because they are looking, and they're not only is this a card of communication, so we're going to learn about it, they are going to go all around the world. What about that bank in Cyprus? What about that? Was there a link to Alpha Bank? Where are these other banks? What about Deutsche Bank? What about the? Oh yeah. Oh, Trump. Oh, and right here, sitting on the deck, the Tower, and howling at the moon. So, it's not going to end well for Trumpy, for Sniffy. So, all right, up we go. Whoops. Let's be able to see the kitty. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. All right, I hope you have a great day. Hang in there. Sorry. We're going to get through this. We've made it this far. We're going to make it. We're going to be fine all the way. All right. So you guys hang in there. I hope you have a great day. And as always, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Oh, and thank you to our moderators. Thank you. See you tomorrow.